And we are live. Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver and ex-truck driver. It's Bitcoin Ben. Now, today is a very, very, very interesting day because it's the next day after yesterday. Yesterday was so important when it was today. But now, all it is a reflection point in your life. Every day we learn more and more that our government, our world is changing. The government is basically being destroyed. The government is a failure. The government is acting like a failing company. That's what the government is doing. This is what I want you guys to really wrap your heads around. Is when you think about a government as an entity, you have to understand that a government is only it's an organization. It's a company. That's what a government is. Like Apple is a government of the Apple network. As in me, I own clubs and I own companies. And I, along with some partners, are the government of the companies. And when governments are failing, it's because the government structure, the organizational structure is failing. The idea of the corporation is no longer applicable to the environment in which it works. A great example would be Blockbuster, right? The U.S. government is the blockbuster of governments, where they had a product, video, right? And video was a great idea. Video was revolutionary, right? But the idea of video is continuing, but the structure, the organizations that handle video have evolved and decentralized away from the structure of Blockbuster, right? And that structure has been replaced with Netflix, Hulu, with YouTube, with Rumble, with all of these other video platforms. So Blockbuster went away. Blockbuster refused to evolve because their power structure would have had to change. The Blockbuster would have had to decentralize the corporation. Well, they didn't want to do that because the CEOs and the vice presidents and all of those, the bureaucracy of Blockbuster was so reliant on the structure of Blockbuster that they went down with the ship. Well, that's what's going on with the U.S. government. Here's an example. This morning, every morning I listen to, all right, I listen to a local farm report up in St. Louis. And one of the commercial interviews was with a government farm bureau, all right? And they were advertising on the show for employees. That here at the Farm Bureau, we treasure our employees, but that wasn't the message that the advertisement, all right, that's not the message the advertisement was putting out. The message was that we need to brag about our bureaucracy. We need to tell, and they're telling the general public, not kidding. Check it out. Check out the Farmer Dave show from today on the big 5:50 a.m. up in St. Louis. All right. They were trying to get the public to brag to other people in the general public how awesome the government was. They were telling people to tell people how proud they were of their government bureaucracies, encouraging people to apply to the government bureaucracies. Well, the government bureaucracies are losing employees. See, the IRS, what a lot of people don't know, the IRS did not hire 10,000 IRS agents. They said that they wanted to hire 10,000 IRS agents, that they were looking to hire 10,000 IRS agents. Problem is, no one wants to work for the IRS. And the talented people are not going to go and work for the IRS. Right? The government jobs are no longer the jobs that are the good ones. Working at the post office. No. The only people that work at the post office mostly. And my dad worked at the post office, so I can vouch for this. My dad was one of the laziest damn people you'd ever meet in your life. When I was in 8th grade, we had a take your son to work day. My dad took me to work at the post office, and literally he had his own parking spot. Remember, my dad was management. My dad was, you know, one of the bureaucracy in the post office. We walked. Number one, he had his own parking spot. That was nice. We also used that parking spot for when we'd go to hockey games, because it was right by the ice rink for the St. Louis Blues. So he took me in there, and I'm not joking, folks. And this is 30 years ago. All right. This is over 30 years ago. You think it's gotten better? I don't think so. We literally walked in. He walked over to a conveyor belt and he grabbed magazines off the conveyor belt that were being mailed to other people. And he grabbed the ones he wanted to read that day. So after grabbing someone else's mail, he went upstairs, or we went upstairs to his office. And we sat down in his office. And I remember, because I had to take notes on my dad's workday, the trials and tribulations of the post office accountant. We sat down. I had my pad of paper. I was ready to go. All right, what are we doing? My dad opened the magazine and started reading. And I'm like, what are we doing? And he said, Ben, he said, you see that phone right there? And I go, yes. He goes, we wait for that phone to ring. Okay, waiting for the phone to ring. I'm sitting there. 4.5 hours later, the phone rings. Hello, this is Sonny. That's what everyone called him, was Sonny. His real name was Tom. Yeah, it's Sonny. Yep. All right. Yep. All right, I'll check it out. Click. Jumped on his computer. 5 minutes later. Yeah, this is Sonny. Yeah, looks like one of your predictable payments didn't come through. Yep. All righty. Bye-bye. Click. That was it. The whole day. One of the post offices that usually sold a certain amount of stamps to a certain company didn't get that normal purchase. And so they had a discrepancy in their accounting. That was it. That's what my dad did the whole day. One phone call all day, and he fixed it in 5 minutes. My dad fell asleep probably 6 times during that day. Oh, phone ring? Nope. All right, it's lunchtime. Let's go get a burger. My dad got paid $70,000 a year to sit there and wait for a damn phone to ring. That's government systems. But he had his retirement. He had his pension. He had the union. Boy, don't mess with his job. He was earning his pay. That's why whenever my dad would say, well, I got a lot of overtime this week, I'd laugh and go, oh, longer naps. Ooh, yay. But that's government. Now, in the old days, the post office had a monopoly. Then Western Union. Then FedEx. Then all these other structures that were doing it more efficiently came in. Then the internet hit. Holy moly. You would have thought the end of the world. The post office. My friends, the post office is the American government now. Why do you think one of our leading nuclear people was a transgendered luggage thief? The head of nuclear something was a transgendered luggage thief. They're not getting the cream of the crop applying for government. Right? No one's going to Yale and going, you know what? I'm going to get me a job at the government. No. The point I'm making here is right now the government is just trying to hold the structure together through legislation that's breaking. Because legislation, it has no teeth if you have no enforcement. Right? It's government nowadays is like a midget threatening to whoop your ass. It's cute and you giggle a little bit, but they don't really have the ability to do anything to you. Right? The most exposure any of us have to government regulations is when we drive. The speed limit, the red lights, the reality. And you see a cop, you slow down. You don't see a cop, you go fast. Is the regulation working? No. No one pays it. No one pays attention to the speed limit on the highway. They go as fast as the guy in front of them. That's freedom. See, when you regulate, you slow everything down. Right? That's why on the highway, if all of a sudden the highway backs up and you're sitting in traffic and you're like, well, this sucks. God, I ain't getting nowhere. It's going to take forever to get anywhere. And you get up to the problem. And the problem is a cop has someone pulled over on the shoulder of the road. And everybody's gawking at the cop with someone pulled over. So somebody's getting a ticket. And that's what slowed the progress of the individuals on the highway. We've all drove down the highway and saw a cop car in the middle of the highway, but there ain't nobody in there. Why do you think cop cars' windows are tinted? But you tint your windows that dark and you're breaking the law. Why can police cop cars have super dark tint, but ours can't? You ever think of that? Why is it? Think about this. You're driving down the highway 90 miles an hour. You pass a cop. The cop goes 110 to catch you. And he says, or she says, speed kills. Wait. So if the faster I go is more dangerous, and you went 110 to catch me, aren't you guilty of creating an environment of danger? But gotta break the law to enforce the law. And that's another perfect example. January 6th, all the FBI agents and all the undercovers that were leading the thing, they wanted to see who would break the law. So the people there to enforce the law were the ones encouraging people to break the law. Hey, we should go break some windows in that building. Okay. Boom, you're under arrest. I caught you in the act. It was your idea. That's irrelevant. This is what we're dealing with, people. We are dealing with the stupidity of bureaucracy at the point where the bureaucracy is dying. At the point where bureaucracy is dying is when it gets even more stupid. See, what's the difference between swimming and drowning? It's the motion of the arms. Right? When you're swimming, you have control and you understand your situation. When you're drowning, you're just flopping around trying to keep yourself above water. And God forbid there be somebody next to you when you're drowning. If you're swimming and there's someone next to you, you're both fine. But if one of you is drowning, you're both in danger, because the system of drowning is chaotic, while the system of swimming is in harmony with the environment of water. The government is drowning in debt. The government is reaching out to anything around it to grab some type of control to not drown. And they're using all of the entities that they have influence in. They're using their friends. They're using the corporations to try not to drown in the new environment. Problem is, the corporations are going down with them because they're in the same environment of decentralization. So the corporations and the banks are now trying not to drown. They're taking off shirts and they're kicking shoes off. That's their employees. That's products. That's equipment. That's labor. That's this. They're trying to become more lean, more agile. But it's not working. So now they're getting desperate. Now the corporations are trying to grab onto the clients and hold the clients as they drown. And they're threatening the clients. Hold us up, or we're going to limit you. We can't really make you drown, But what we can do is we can hold one of your legs. We can hold one of your arms. We can block a little content here. We can restrict a little bit here. That's the banks. The banks are drowning. The shareholders of the banks, the accounts of the banks. This is all going down, folks. And all you have to do is step back. Hence the lifeboat of Bitcoin. You don't have to do anything but just back away and let them collapse. That's the secret. But while they're collapsing, they're dangerous. So you don't want to play in the same lake that they're swimming. That's why we have CALIX solutions in the laptops, the crypto laptops, the LIBERY laptops. Because as they drown more, they're going to come after every technology that they have. They're going to leverage every corporation they have influence over. They're going to leverage everything possible, including your laptop. Why do you think the U.S. and China are basically almost going to war over a microchip company? Why? Is it because the microchip is the thing that's going to save them? They think. Yes. They're going after the hardware. Have I mentioned CALIX Solutions laptop? If you own any other computer, you're being played by the system. Because what you think is just a harmless little laptop is their weapon. If you go to Walmart and get a laptop, you go to Amazon and get a laptop, you are purchasing the weapon of your enemy. CALIX Solution weaponizes it for you, not against you. We actually take their weapon, remove their authority to use it, and give you the authority to use it. And now CALIX Solutions offers custom laptops and actual desktops where you can get any brand, any type of computer you want, and CALIX will customize it for you. Call Patrick at 702-845-8276 or text him at that number too, 702-845-8276, and ask him about getting a custom computer. It's the only computer you can buy that isn't a weapon against you. So if you're like, well, I'm gonna get a computer, but I'm just gonna go to Walmart and get it. That's like going over to the hood, picking up a criminal, bringing them to your house, and then before they come in, you ask them, oh, do you have any guns that I can use to protect me from you? No. So if you're buying any other laptop except CALIX Solutions, Liberty laptop, and crypto-only laptop, or desktop, whatever, you're buying your own handcuffs. Good luck with that. Okay, I got to wrap up. Today's Wednesday. So, once again, call Patrick or text him or email him at info@calixsolutions.io. All right, now, today's Wednesday. That means 3-hour video tonight. Tonight, we are going to talk about entrepreneur and making money in the new rich revolution. There's a lot of people making money in cryptos and in clubs and in blockchain. It's just you guys don't know about them. Welcome to the show. This evening, 6 o'clock Eastern Time, on either FGTV, which is on the club's website. Here's a QR code right here. Join the club. Watch FGTV live tonight. Or on my Patreon. Links under here. 2 places you can watch it. Love you guys. Have a great day. And I'll see you tonight on the show. Bye-bye.